Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. In the last part, we got here to the final level rather, of Space Zone, and now we're gonna finish this place off with a around 2-minute long auto-scroller. Yay! Though it does have catchy music. Now, the way that this entire section works is with gravity at least, is that you technically have a downright Game Shark moon jump in this level. You can infinitely jump too if you just mash the button, though I don't know why you would. Probably a similar thing to the bubble, now that I think about it. Obviously the stars are bad, so don't touch them. Also, fun little fact, since I'm not showing off alternate exits, you won't be able to see this, but... in the Space Zone in particular, if you get the alternate exit in Space Zone 1... the moon... the level itself is a star. But it crashes into the moon, causing the moon's overworld sprite to change. It's actually pretty funny looking. Don't know why they did that, but I'll still take it. Yeah, well actually, did I count Space Zone 1 or 2? Either way. This is probably one of the few levels that's actually easier as normal Mario without having a mushroom. Because all you have to do is pretty much jump like 4 times, maybe 5, and you're good. The random point you get to this specific block, I want to say, is it this one or is it the next one? No, it's this one. You're going to want to start jumping in the air because you'll start finding these. Most of these blocks are coins. However, the one on the bottom, on the very right, is in fact a star which you can use to get past these stars and get a mushroom if you need it. However, it also just allows you to pretty much screw over part of this platforming challenge. Also, I like how with the star theme in this game, they give you a downright indication of when it ends. Thank you. Because just listening for the right amount of loops of dun 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 just gets really tedious. Anyway, boss of Space Zone is Tatanga, the final boss of Mario Land 1. In his only other appearance, by the way. He likes to do these 2 attacks 3 times, and then he'll fly in an arc very similar to the first boss. And then you can jump on his head while doing so, and win. Seriously, these bosses are pathetic. What the hell? But that's our second of the 6 golden coins, a third of the way there. Also, why does Mario Castle have Mario Land 2 on it? Kinda reminds me of, the original SpongeBob SquarePants movie. What made you want to open a second Krusty Krab, Mr. Krabs? Money! Anyway, that level there on the right I mentioned last part is an auto-scroller, so if you want to do that, you're gonna need to do it for 100%, but it's annoying. Anyway, welcome to Macro Zone. Now, one thing I can give this game is that, while a lot of its levels are generic overall, they're a lot more unique, well, unique for generic, if that makes sense. Like, you have a space level, which is generic, obviously, but you have a tree level, which you don't often see in a Mario game, aside from Super Mario. You have a zone where you're freaking shrunk down. Then we're gonna have a Halloween zone, and water zone, and then that zone. No, actually, I just recalled today, actually, that pretty much every zone, or every area has its own hidden exit. Macro Zone here, which is the name of the overall world we're in, its alternate exits in this level. You need Fire Mario to get it, and obviously you need to be in Fire Mario. Right coming up here, at least I think it's coming up, I think it is. Give me a second to think, yes. You can see these blocks right there. You can see on the top of the screen blocks you can only, well you could for a second there, and you just see that invisible block. Those invisible blocks make a platform that lead to these little blocks that Fire Mario can break with his fireballs. And breaking them will open up a pipe for you, which you can jump into, which will lead you to the alternate exit. I forget what's in that level, though. Also, if you don't want to get 3 lives and you want the bunny carrot, I suppose it is, from that minigame. Actually, bunny carrot. Now it makes sense why the power-up's a carrot. Oh, wow, I never thought about that. If you want to get the bunny carrot instead of getting the 3 lives right off the bat, the moment that you get control of the crane, press A. You have a fairly high chance of getting it. Anyway, flying over that stage was pathetically easy. And we have our first swimming mechanic, yay. That's pretty much the way it usually is. Mash A to rise and also overall travel faster. Now, one thing I forgot to mention about the soundtrack last part is that it's actually fairly similar to Mario World and Symphony of the Night. A lot of the songs are slight variations on the main theme. Very slight. You can generally hear the resemblance, though. It does a better job of disguising it than Mario World, that's for sure. You know, I kind of wish that they made the swimming go faster if you had the bunny ears, because you have a second thing flopping with you. It's also around this point you're going to see me start to avoid bonuses, purely because I have more than enough lives to beat the game at this point. If I go into one, it's usually either an accident, or I want to get a bunny carrot. You know, I'm just going to start calling it the carrot, because bunny carrot sounds really awkward to me for some reason. And we have conveyor belts for some reason. Now, the weird thing about this game is that there's two conveyor belt sprites. You got this one, and in the next level, we're going to have downright conveyor belts, similar to the ones in Mega Man 2, at least, from what I recall. Whereas, here we just have these random arrows. I don't get why they didn't just make one sprite and use it here, but okay. I forget what's in that block. I want to say it's a life. Or, mushroom, rather. No, probably not a life. The fire there is obviously a damaging thing. And now we're gonna get right out of the frying pan and get into the oven. I really like this set piece, actually. Then again, if anything, I do like the aesthetics of Mario Land 2. Because it's weird. Not as weird as Mario Land 1 in terms of environments, but very unique in its own way. And now we're on to the boss level of Macro Zone. We're gonna hear a lot of this song in the next world, actually. Also, for some reason, this level in particular reminds me a lot of Minish Cap. And I know why, too. It's because there's books all over the place. It reminds me of the library from Minish Cap. Also, for some reason, in Mario 3, obviously in this game there's two kinds of piranha plants. The ones that just rise up and down as normal, then there's the ones that shoot fireballs from you. Those ones are from Mario World, but for some reason in this game, Mario 3 rather, but for some reason in this game I have the hardest time dodging them. And there's the other conveyor belt sprite. And now for a boss ripped right out of DuckTales 1. This mouse, which has a name, I forget what it is, I'm gonna look that up. Basically, jump on it 3 times when it's not in a pipe, and you're good. Really pathetically easy. Let's see, that thing's name was Ricky. And we're technically halfway there. Also, it's a really threatening looking gate. Why does it even have a Koopa and Goomba guards? Anyway, welcome to Pumpkin Zone. This was actually the easiest level for me as a kid, and it's very Castlevania, weirdly enough. Now, something I want to bring up in this level, I'm going to get more into another thing in the next level, is that this game actually has an easy mode. I've never played it, but from what I've seen, it's pretty ridiculously easy. The way you access it is that on the file select screen, I forget if you have to beat the game first or not, Mario will change size, allowing you to change your difficulty. And this is also another one of those games Nintendo made, which has the soundtrack composed by Kazumi Totaka, which some of you might know is famous for hitting his little 10 or so second long song, Totaka Song in. It is in this game, you just need to wait 2.5 minutes on the game over screen, which means you'll likely never see it in your life. Also, if you lose a life in a level you've completed, it is possible to exit the level by pressing start and select at the same time without losing any lives if you are quick enough. Also, I forget if I said it before, but the name of that boss that we just fought was Ricky. By the way, I totally forgot to mention Dracula back there, but hi, Dracula. Now, let's see. Let me read the storyline from the manual. Danger! Danger! While I was away crusading against Mysteria and Tatanga and Sabasa land, an evil creep took over my castle and put the people of Mario Land under his control with a magic spell. The intruder goes by the name of Wario. He's been jealous of my popularity ever since we were boys and has tried to steal my castle multiple times. It seems he has succeeded this time, and Wario has scattered the 6 golden coins from my castle all over Mario Land. These golden coins were guarded by those under Wario's spell. Without these coins, we can't get into the castle to deal with Wario. We must collect the 6 coins, attack Wario in the castle, and save everybody. It's time to set out on our mission. Well, okay then. It's actually weird. There was actually quite a bit of stuff based off this game. Like there was a comic, an educational film. And heck, this game did get technically 4 sequels in the Wario Land series, because Wario Land 1 is subtitled Super Mario Land 3. I'll get to those eventually. Yeah. This game also gets referenced very randomly in later games, like, Also, I should mention first off, the enemies in this level are based, in fact this world in general, are based off a lot of Japanese mythology, which I find pretty cool. Let's see, references in later games that particularly come to mind is Wario World, the castle shown on the title graphic. It bears a resemblance to the castle in this game. Superstar Saga, the battle start sound, is the power-up emerging from a question mark block in this game. Sticker Star, the Space Zone level theme is remixed when you use the boombox thing in certain parts. Fortune Street, Wario has a quote that relates to this, and 3D Land, 3D World rather, the final boss is a slight reference to this. Also, weird little thing about this level. The song for this level is a weird dual remix of both this game's overworld theme and the little special bonus room theme from Mario Land 1. If you don't remember what the bonus rooms were, they were pretty much when you go down to a pipe, you get these little get all the coin challenges. And I know this is a remix of that track, though I forget if that track is like a downright official musical track. Made before the Mario Land 1 was even a thing, considering Mario Land 1 used the can-can. Those spikes, I forget if they're just damage or instant kill, because, one thing I forgot to mention back in Macro Zone 1 is that the little spiky ground is in fact instant kill. Also, I think this is the level which has the alternate exit in it. No, it's not. No, wait, actually no, this place has 2 alternate exits. In Pumpkin Zone 2, you need to be Super Fire Mario and find the second section and go up the pipe. In the third section, be careful of the Mood Buddies, get the Super Mushroom, blah blah blah, one apart. I don't know, it's somewhere in that level. And then this level, just the flight, I pretty much showed off where the exit was. Sorry about that, I forgot that those were even a thing. Now, one thing about this level is that there's actually a lot of weird stuff you can stand on in this game. Like in Pumpkin Zone 2, you can stand on the roof, and then the roof's top. You can stand on the cauldrons in here, obviously, but you can also stand on these random-ass beakers later on in the stage. Also, if you can't tell by this point, I love the bunny hood. No, not the bunny hood. That's something else. What is this thing called? You know what? I'm Googling that shit. Blah 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 blah. Is it seriously just called the carrot? It's seriously just called the carrot. Huh. Though it does get referenced, actually, in, Bowser's Inside Story. Oh, Bowser's Inside Story, I love you. Oh, here's an annoying thing. I hate it when the games do this. I hate it when games have these little sections like this. Though, one thing here, you might notice that is a money bag. Those are pretty much, I want to say, 50 coins in one find? They're generally very rare. I've only ever found 2 or 3 locations. But if you can find them, they do respawn if you beat the play the level again. So if you want to get max money, they're the best way to do it. And the boss of this level is a witch by the name of Sabasa. I'm just going to say that right now. The way this boss fight works is that she teleports randomly from the left to right, and she'll fire fire at you. Generally at one of the cauldrons. After a while, the cauldron's lid will fly up, causing you to hit the spikes on the ceiling. Basically, just jump on her head and make sure that doesn't happen. If you haven't figured that pattern out by now, I'm sorry, you have some problems. And that's the end of Pumpkin Land. Yeah, we just got 3 worlds done in 1 part. Booyah. Game Boy games! By the way, I forgot to mention, I actually really like this jingle that plays when you get the coin. It's only like a total of 4 seconds long, but I still really like it. But with that, I'm going to need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 3 we'll be taking on the next world, which is Mario. What the hell?